Hello guys, we're here with Samuel Botero.
Hi.
It has been a very difficult fight. The SAT beat him up. It left him in the cast, but we hope that everything is okay with the SAT. But may I ask you some questions?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was the math section?
Oh, like 10. It was like for me, it was kind of difficult. Mostly the part two because like I don't know, were like more complex questions and the time, like everything, my mind collapsed.
Yes, very understandable. I also had problems with math. But now, talking about that, which passage or question absolutely humbled you and how did you recover? Botero,
No,
please.
can you please repeat it? Is that I
Is that
had a
there?
lot of damage.
Is that
on
there
this.
is, Mr. Is that Tomás Hernández Gómez and Jose Huitrago are bothering us? Ponga cuidado, ¿verdad? Which passage or question absolutely humbled you and how did you recover?
No, I believe that the ones it was math, but there were like kind of questions in which I don't know. I believe it was like university terms or something like that, because they were, for example, with circles and do yeah, it was very complex. So that like type of questions, it was better like to put randomly.
Now, talking about your performance, what was like your pre-test ritual and do you regret anything about you before taking the test?
I believe that I will regret like on not study as much as, for example, when I did the TOEFL. I really like practice more
No,
than with
no.
the SAT, because if I am gonna be honest, the only practice I got was from the book. You lend me, Mister, and like type of questions in internet, because I didn't do like in a good way. I didn't do the module practice, so it was kind of a waste of time.
And finally, we don't know if any one of us passed, but if you could send someone a message for like the future SAT, like our classmates that haven't took it, what would it be?
Practice like I believe the most you need to practice is math, like doing the reviews, like for example Mr. Giles led us, because like for example I believe that with reading we have like a more I don't know, we can get it more, because for example we have been passing through map tests and like other type of tests. So I believe you need to really work on math. It's going to be like the worst part.
Alright, that is everything for your interview. Now we will change roles.
Thank you. Okay, so
Sí, pero haga la introducción y todo.
okay, so now here we are with the best Jose.
Alejandro González.
Okay, so he did the SAT. He was one of the soldiers in that war. How do you feel? How has been these days after the SAT?
After the SAT, very good. I think I think I did good on the test. We haven't received the test scores, but in a lot of math questions, I plugged it into Desmos, and I got real answers. So I don't think I got a 600, 1600, but I think I passed it. But no, after taking the SAT, it has been like a very relaxing experience.
Okay, that's a good attitude. Okay, now we're going to start. Who was your biggest enemy in the exam? I don't
The
know,
exam.
time. What was?
No, the worst enemy was definitely the time, because in the reading questions in the second module, module, I didn't have like the time to finish all the questions, and I had to guess on a few of them. But the worst enemy is that there the parents and kids from kindergarten were like having
No,
a
fourth grade.
fourth grade were little kids. They were having like a party there, and we took the SAT there. So there was a lot of noise. I heard a lot of Ryan Castro and Blaise when I was doing the reading section. So that also like messed up my mind, but definitely the time and the music.
Okay, so at any point did you make eye contact with other students, like you say, oh, we're cooked,
No.
or something like that, or you were
No,
concentrated?
I was fully concentrated on the exam. I only did like a little eye contact on seeing like when I finished my test, seeing if the others had finished, but no, maybe on math I was feeling like a bit hopeless in some questions, but overall no.
Okay, so and lastly, if the SAT were a billion,
Lastly.
what type would it be?
I think if the SAT was like an actual villain, I think it would be, ¿cómo se dice? Tronchatoro en español.
Like the one of Matilda.
Of Matilda. Like the principal that was like very mean to kids. I think that is the SAT, because I personally think that the SAT is like a bad test because it gives you a very little time, and that doesn't really like show your actual knowledge in math and everything. It's like how do you respond to pressure. So I think it's like that principle from Matilda.
And what was your clutch moment?
Oof, my clutch moment is that I was in the hardest questions on the SAT for me were the open-ended questions of math, and in one of them, I don't know how I did it. I plugged it into Desmos. I did like some weird stuff that Quesada told me to do in Desmos, and I don't know, but I got an answer, and I looked it and I verified it, and it was okay. But I saw that and I said, oof, I know that I did good.
And in general, for example, in the reading part, you were like, for example, in No, yeah, I'm cooked, or you were.
The first reading module, I was like very good. I flew through the questions. It was relatively easy, but the second one, no. There was a question, I remember it. It was talking about the mycelium of some weird like type of mushroom, and the answer choices were paragraphs. And I said, no, I give up, and I tried to narrow it down, but it was very difficult. And the second part of reading was very, very difficult. It had very long answers, very long passages, and passages that talked about how the sky moves 30 degrees on a Tuesday morning, and it was like very difficult. But apart from that, I think it was all like manageable.
Okay, and if you could send one message message to future SAT test takers, what will it be?
I would highly recommend you to know how to use Desmos, like use Desmos as much as you can in the exam, like for systems of equations, parabolas, everything that could be graph, use Desmos, and also use Blue Book and do practice tests. Practice tests are very good, and it tells you on what you need to improve, but yes, practice more and learn to use Desmos, and we can pass.
Okay, thank you.
Right? Thank you, Mr. This was
Bye,
both
Mr.
our interviews. Thank you.
Bye.